1 month ago, I asked you what you need the most to improve your game as a fullback or a center back. And fortunately for you, I'm sharing a full training session to use that will help you improve in all of these areas, helping you become a complete defender. Welcome back to the channel, or just welcome if you're new. The first thing we have to do, just like any other time we train, is get warmed up. This is important for reducing the risk of injury before we get into the intense parts of the session. Today, we're going to do this by doing 2-touch juggling with your partner. For this drill, the goal is to get 50 passes back and forth without dropping the ball. Try not to use your thigh as much as possible since this drill serves to improve your first touch. While you can use your thighs, most of the time we control the ball with our feet in games. So do that in this drill too, so you're getting the most out of it. If you can't juggle well enough to do this drill, first of all, take the effort to improve your juggling. Drills like these are awesome for improving your first touch, and you're missing out on those gains. In the meantime though, do this instead. Put 2 gates down about 10 to 15 yards apart from one another. Pass back and forth, taking your touch between the gate before passing to your partner. Do 1 minute taking your touch across the gate with the inside of your right foot. Then do a minute with your left foot and repeat. After that, do 1 minute with the outside of your right foot. Then switch to your left foot. And finally, repeat that set one more time and then move on. The next drill is one of my favorites, but it is intense work. So take 5 to 10 minutes to get some dynamic stretching in before you start this section. This drill is the reaction agility square, and it is fantastic for improving your quickness and agility. Don't overlook this. Athleticism is becoming more and more important for footballers, especially if you're playing here in the United States. For it, set up a square with cones 6 yards apart. Have your partner yell out a color, then you go sprint to that cone and then back to the center. Once you get back, yell out another color and repeat for 30 seconds. Do 4 or 5 sets each. If you don't have different colors, then number off the cones and it's the exact same thing. If you want these cones, I have them linked in the description for you, and I do get a small kickback for any purchases. Just know that they only come in 2 colors, so you'll have to buy 2 sets if you want the 4 colors like I have. Thank you. Let's take a quick look at the poll I showed earlier. 45% of you said that you need to improve in playing under pressure the most, which makes sense as more and more defenders are being asked to start attacks from inside their own box and play through the press as opposed to just kicking the ball in behind. So these next 2 drills are going to help us play under pressure. This drill will work on our ability to dribble under pressure. Here's a picture of the setup for the drill. Take a picture of it for yourselves and feel free to adjust it a little bit here and there so it feels natural for yourselves. For this drill, set yourself up wide, close to the sideline, because this is where we usually receive the ball in games. Have your partner pass you the ball, then apply pressure on you at about 75% effort. If they can win the ball, then they should stick a tackle. But the focus of the drill is improving our dribbling under pressure. So at least start with them just applying pressure, and then you can ramp up the intensity as you improve your dribbling. When you're on the ball, you need to navigate through the gates laid out. These gates limit the space that you can dribble into, and it forces your dribbling to be sharp and quality since you have pressure on your back. And since you only have 1 defender here, including these gates to dribble through increases the difficulty immensely from if you just had open space ahead. Here's some important details for this drill. 1. If you're the defender, don't just cut off the attacker by running past him to defend the gates. That is not the point of this drill. Your purpose as the defender is to apply pressure on your partner's back, making the drill more difficult for him and helping him improve his dribbling ability. This drill is not about you, but don't worry, we'll get to you later. Secondly, as the attacker, you should try to cut off the defender whenever possible. Doing this takes the defender out of the game, since any attempt he makes to tackle will require him to go through you and you'll win a free kick. Pros do this all the time, and it's a skill that you need to add to your game, the art of winning fouls. So now that we've improved our dribbling under pressure, we need to improve our ability to create space and pass under pressure. Here's a picture of the setup for this drill. Set up 2 goals, 15 to 20 yards away from the attacker. Then have the partner stand 5 yards from the attacker in line of one of the goals. The attacker should be placed close to the end line to resemble the sideline of the field, since we usually receive the ball out wide. The attacker will receive a pass from the defender, and their goal is to take a touch and pass into one of the goals. This drill mimics game scenarios, since the pressure usually comes from the inside of the field and forces us to play wide or down the line. But sometimes, we have no support there, so we want to cut in and play into the middle of the field. This drill is great because it trains your ability to be deceptive in your play. For example, if the defender knows that you're going to play down the line, they can easily cut that off and intercept your pass. But if you're a deceptive player, then you show or act like you're going to play down the line, then cut inside, beating the defender. This is a great way to practice your ability to play under pressure, since you need to have a great first touch and make quick decisions. I do think that doing drills like rondos or tight possession is more beneficial for you to develop this part of your game, but when it is just you and a friend, this drill works well. Now it's time to improve the most important skill for defenders. Heck, it's even in the position's name. We're gonna do 1v1 defending. This drill is so simple, and I'm sure that most of y'all have done it before. Here's a picture of the setup I use for this drill. I like to use the field lines since it helps me and my partner visualize the common situations we see ourselves in games. Their goal is to beat you 1v1 by either cutting in to get a shot off or beat you down the line to get a cross in. These gates resemble those without them actually crossing or shooting and forcing you to chase the balls. But if you have plenty of spare balls, then you can remove the gates and just have them cross or shoot if they have the space to do so. Also, I have a massive video planned where I teach you everything you need to know about defending coming out in a month or two. And I mean everything. I'll teach you about pressing, defending in a low block, defending inside your box, and how to win your 1v1 battles. So subscribe and stay tuned if you're interested in seeing that. The last part of training is my favorite. It's time to do crossing and finishing. And obviously the focus is more on crossing for us outside backs. This is one of the most important skills for fullbacks in the modern game, being able to consistently put in a dangerous cross right between the PK spot and the 6-yard box, forcing the keeper to make a decision if he should come claim it or stay on his line. For this drill, have your partner lace a low-driven pass or grass cutter out to you. After taking a touch, you have 3 options. 1. Play an early, low-whipped cross in behind defenders for your forwards to have an easy tap-in. 2. Play an early, whipped head height cross for your forwards to head in the back of the net. And 3. Drive down to the end line and play a cutback cross. These crosses are so effective since opposing teams' defenders are recovering towards goal. Their momentum is moving in this direction, whereas your cross comes back in the opposite direction, making it difficult for them to step and intercept the cross. All 3 of these crossing techniques you need to master. So this is a staple drill you should do every single time you go to the field if you're a wide player. If you've enjoyed this video, then watch this one next, where I give 5 simple steps to improve at any skill in football. Thanks for watching.